Bienvenidos a todos. Welcome to our home. Matt's going to take you on a nice little tour. Stick around to the end where we'll tell you how much we pay and give you hot tips for your home in Cuenca search.
This is Kate's treatment room back here, which was another sitting sala area. We have a unfinished garden, inside garden there. Another sitting area circle down here. Lots of sitting going on in this house. Another inside garden. And that's a social bath back there.
Our plan was to have the house totally done before we took you on a tour, but it's just not at the top of our priority list right now.
Yeah, decent kitchen. So we had, all the appliances were here. We didn't have to bring in any appliances except for like our small kitchen stuff, air fryer, Instant Pot, Vitamix. Dining area with our small table that we had bought for the terrace at the last place. TV room, lots of skylights. This was a laundry area at one time or something, who knows what. Now it's just kind of like an overflow area. Has skylights, it's not super dry out here, so we don't really use that area. Big cooking fireplace. We've burnt wood in here. It does heat up the area. We have not yet cooked on here, but we plan to one of these days. This is the laundry area, mudroom, I guess. Through that door takes you to a carport that we have. And this was the maid's quarters back here, which is now a kind of a catch-all tool storage area for me. Up the gracious stairwell. So we have a full bedroom over here with decent views out the back of the house. Jack and Jill bath. That means it's a bath that shares with this other bedroom. This is Lucas's bedroom right now.
Oh, they're playing the national anthem for us.
It's like we're really in Cuenca. You can tell by the car alarms. Might get a little washed out from the sunshine coming in today. This is a mini bedroom. This is definitely not a full-size bedroom.
But it works perfect for my office.
This is the master bedroom, master bath. Of course, a couple skylights, another jacuzzi tub.
Just don't get too excited when you see them. I'll tell you about it.
Then we have this interesting attic space area.
Watch your head.
Yeah, it's not laid out well for head clearance, but it is an interesting area. If you're careful, you can do some yoga in here, and nice spot for meditation. And it's good storage because this house, as big as it is, doesn't really have a whole lot of storage. Hi, Lucas. We already showed your bedroom.
Things we wouldn't have done had we known we were going to get a dog include getting a white cover for this cushion and fussy fabric for the couch we had made.
Or a new couch, but...
Side note on the couch, we had it made through the Ecuadorian line at Ashley Furniture. I don't know if I would do that again. But we've had friends that have had stuff made off Facebook Marketplace and absolutely love it. So you do have options for furniture building, having furniture made in Cuenca. So back to the house. So we pay $650 for this house. That seems to be, $650 is kind of the going rate.
That's the magic number in Cuenca for sure, for everything. Whether or not that's a good number.
We did negotiate for a washer and dryer, and we're super grateful that the landlord was like, yeah, no problem. So in terms of like house or apartment, if you get a house and you pay $650, you're not paying any aliquota. Awesome. You also don't have a guard in a house, but we do.
We have a guard dog.
We have, he is a great guard dog too. The biggest things to know when you are finding a home is just to expect that something's not going to work right.
Direct quote from our landlord, everything in Ecuador leaks.
They don't
Everything
Waterproofing is not really a thing here. And all the pipes are encased in concrete. So it's not like they can just open some drywall and access the pipes and move on. Like they will be there with a hammer and chiseling out the concrete to even get to the problem. The last leak we had, I think they were 2 days just chiseling stuff out.
But good note is that our landlord does take care of things quickly. You know, the people that actually work for her do a good job.
Yes.
They're very expedient. It's a hassle and it's frustrating, but they do fix it and get it taken care of.
They have been super on top of that. And yeah, that's been pretty awesome because there have been a lot of issues.
Because there's definitely landlords that don't do anything good for you here that we've heard of. We're grateful for our landlord.
So turn on all the faucets. Make sure the hot water works. Check all the electrical outlets. We had one in the kitchen that was sparking. They don't have as many breakers here. So there's a lot of circuits into one breaker. Yeah,
this whole house is on like 6 breakers, I think. So,
which is a little crazy.
Yeah, in the U.S. you'd probably have 20, at a minimum. So there's a lot of shared outlets and lights, and it's just different. It works, somehow because there's so much gas that we use. It's not big electrical draw, but it's different. You got to check a lot of stuff.
They will say they have it cleaned. Go through, after you check all the outlets and all the faucets, go through and make sure you point out everything you want cleaned, because they will kind of surface swipe and sweep and mop. But this house was filthy, disgusting. It was like whoever lived here before just took their dirty hands and wiped it over everything.
We have yet to see the high example of super clean jobs in Cuenca yet.
Now, the property manager, when she came back and I was like, this is really not acceptable. She did have a girl come out. She was here, I think like 9 hours.
Yep.
And she got about 80% of what we wanted done. And we had already scrubbed the kitchen.
It was decent.
Yeah, so just point out everything you want cleaned. And that's something you're not really looking at because you're excited and you're like, oh, this place is really cool, when you're overlooking some things. So slow down. Don't get too excited when you see the jacuzzi tubs or the saunas.
Because none of them work.
We don't know anybody that has one working, especially.
None of them work here. Maybe they work in the beginning, maybe not. Who the hell knows?
Yeah. Like the jets probably aren't going to work. We asked her to check that, but by the time she had somebody come out and look at it, she had already agreed to give us the washer and dryer, and she was like, no, I'm not going to fix that for you. Not a deal breaker for us, but that is something I would get excited about. And a lot of times the water...
But yeah, the hot water is not going to be able to keep up with it anyway.
Because the pipes are just too small?
It's the whole system. The system's just not set up for that kind of delivery of that much water.
Even if your jets work, your water's going to be cold by the time the bathtub fills up.
Unless you had a jacuzzi with recirculating heat in it, which is not going to be here, I wouldn't think.
Que elegante.
Next level.
Next level. Yeah, you can't shower. 2 people can't shower at the same time in separate showers. As soon as you turn on a little tiny bit of water, it screws up the pressure, the gas kicks off, and you'll go from burning hot to freezing cold. So we have showered in a lot of showers in Ecuador, and I don't think we've been able to regulate the temperature or the pressure.
I don't care what anybody says. It just doesn't work right here. So it's just something you live with.
Yeah. If you find a place where you can regulate the temperature, that would be amazing.
If you had an actual water heater, some kind of storage tank, it would be better. But with the way these califons kick on and off, and I'm guessing the lengths of pipe are miles and miles before they actually get to where they need to go. It just is what it is.
Acceptance. Surrender and acceptance is key. In terms of noise levels, because everybody wants to know, which neighborhoods are quieter, the only way you're really going to find out is if you go and visit like on a Friday night. Do you hear loud music or at least after people come home from work? Because during the day, when you go see something at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's probably going to be quiet outside of, the dogs that stay outside barking, that kind of thing. But to really know, you need to visit Friday night at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but chances are there's going to be noise.
Even out here, it's a lot quieter than it was when we were at Unidad Nacional and 12 de Abril. But there are still people who have parties until 3 o'clock in the morning. Thankfully, it's not every weekend, but it does happen. And we've both gotten noise-canceling headphones since then. So, because our little sound machines aren't going to take care
And I
of
think
it.
we're definitely becoming slightly noise blind. Definitely it's still an issue, but we've gotten more used to the noise I feel.
Right. Like the dogs barking, the alarms going off, traffic, the gas truck. I think after the last Paro, if anybody's tired of hearing that gas truck song, just zip it, because that means there's gas available and everything is moving as it should. So learn the words, sing along. Don't let it bother you.
Finding a place that's adjacent to nice bus lines is a good idea if you're not going to have a vehicle. So we're not far from a bus line, which makes it easy to get any place in the city, but we are not close enough to the bus line or big major road that we have that road noise.
Which is pretty spectacular. We're also really close to the rivers and the green space around there, which is just amazing.
It's magical to get out. Anything else for the house?
The only other thing I can think of is they don't have apartment complexes here like they do in the States. Like all of these edificios are all privately owned by people, and then they rent those out. So don't think that that's going to necessarily protect you from a not great landlord. So I think
it's life in South America, man. It's not going to be the same as the U.S., but it's still very awesome. It's still very worth it.
All things considered, we love this place. I mean, all the natural light, the proximity to bus line, the river, all those things, we're very happy here.
And the space. We're used to living in houses, so the apartment thing a couple times was an interesting experiment, but at the end of the day, it didn't work for us.
Right. All right. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to hit like, subscribe, comment, and ring the bell for notifications. And if you just think we're just super cool peeps, feel free to support us on Buy Me a Coffee.
And just remember, WWLD, Flynns on the fly. Whoop, 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 whoop,
Peace out, homies.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.